What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have The Killers. Yes, indeed. How about that? The Killers making their debut on the channel. This is a request from Mass Attack 27, and this is actually one of Mass Attack's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Mass Attack. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Mass Attack wanted to see me react to this song by The Killers called Jenny Was a Friend of Mine. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by The Killers Music, okay? And the video has 1.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Jenny was a friend of mine. That's all it says. I can only assume we're in the right place. It does say The Killers up here, so I mean, this is the link I was given. So, well, all we can do is I just hope we're in the right spot. If we're not, don't blame me. Blame Mass Attack. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Trying to identify that bass line. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. So E, F, sharp, G. Da, da, da. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. So G, F sharp. G, F sharp, D, C. Okay. Okay. It's catchy. I mean, the bass line that they're playing here and the way they're utilizing the bass more than anything is pretty cool. Doing it to create a counter melodic line. It's not carrying the melodic line. It's not that. It's more of a counter melodic line, but they introduce it very early on in the song before they even introduce the main melodic line. Now that you don't hear too often. Usually you won't hear a counter melodic line until you hear the melodic line first. So they did it backwards. It's cool. It works. I'm not complaining. It's a little unusual. That's all. But it works for me, especially considering the fact that it's the bass that's doing it. Anyway, let's keep going here. Wait, I was wrong. It's not G, F sharp. Oh. D, C. Wait a minute. One more time. It's right there. Think. Alright. Alright, let's pull it out. I didn't want to have to pull this out, but I'm curious. No, that's not it either. CB! Ah! How did I... Really? Okay. CBGC. Why didn't I catch that? Wow, it's a, you know, the thing is, okay, right there, I just showed you, the riff is not hard to figure out. It's just finding the right notes. I mean, the riff is catchy. It's working for me, definitely. I couldn't grasp that one part coming off of the D. It didn't occur to me that it would be CB. I kept wanting to force either G and F sharp or... What was the other one I said? D to C? I kept wanting to force one of those two, and it just, in my head, I'm hearing those notes, and I'm like, no, that's not working either. That's not it either. I had to play it. To figure it out. Okay, so, yeah, C, B, G, C. It works. Definitely works. It's an interesting bass line. As I just demonstrated, though, it's not hard. It is not hard at all. But it works and it's cool and it's effective. And that's all that, in the end, that's all that really matters, right? Exactly. Anyway, let's keep going here.
I know my rights, I've been here all day and it's time for me to go, so let me know if it's alright. I just
I have not been ignoring everything else. I've been focused on the bass, and I'm not going to lie about that. The bass line in this song is kind of interesting. I haven't been ignoring everybody else, like the drums, guitar, vocals. I haven't been ignoring them. They just haven't really done anything that got my attention. They haven't done anything to make me go, oh, what was that? Or, oh, well, I need to figure that out. Now, listen, the rest of the band, including the vocals, it's good. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's mind-blowing or it's impressive. I can't even bring myself to say it's great. It's not. But what they're doing is fitting the context of the song. What they're doing works both on a melodic level and from a rhythmic level. Everything else that everybody else is doing is just fine. The bass is definitely the star of the show in this song. I mean, it's obvious. Even more so than the vocals. The vocals, out of everything that's happening in this song, if I'm being honest here, guys, the vocals are probably the least impressive thing about this song. If I'm being honest, I mean, everything else, I'm finding far more enjoyment and far more impressiveness from than the vocals. The vocals are just kind of there. So, anyway, let's finish this out. We'll get to the review, and we'll go a little more into detail in regards to what I mean by that.
For this time, Jenny was a friend of mine. Come on, oh, come on, oh, come on.
Okay, interesting ending. Yeah, I already have an idea where this is gonna go. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was The Killers with Jenny Was a Friend of Mine. This was a request from Mass Attack 27, and this was one of Mass Attack's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Mass Attack. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Yeah, this score came to be pretty quick, and the reasonings for the score came even quicker. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am gonna give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. This song, as a whole, I would call this song really good, which is why I'm giving it a score of 7.2. It is, when you take everything into account, it is a really good song, okay? Having said that, it came down to one thing that made it really good. Everything else screams pretty good. Everything else about this song, if you took that one factor out, everything else about this song just blares and flashes pretty good score, okay? Starting off with the drums, really nothing all that impressive. It was solid. It was solid. It was good time. Had a good, solid drum pattern, easy to follow, relatable. Nothing impressive whatsoever, but solid. So yeah, it was pretty good, okay? The guitar playing, even less impressive, I'm being honest. I mean, it was just chords, like the entire song. It was strummed chords. Great way to fill out the sound, not allowing the song to become hollow or empty, so good job on them. But again, pretty good. Nothing impressive, nothing I would call great by any stretch, and nothing I would even call really good. It was pretty good, okay? The vocals, if I'm being honest here, I think the vocals were probably the least impressive thing to me. He stayed in that one octave, man. He never really except for that one note at the very end where he went up. Other than that, he stayed in that one octave the entire time, and it was borderline spoken word. I mean, there were a lot of times where I didn't feel there was a melodic line at all in what he was singing. It was like spoken word that just happened to have tonalizations that fell into place within that melodic line. It felt too random. It just felt too casual. So I really can't say that anything he did vocally was all that impressive. So if I were to take the drums, the guitar, and the vocals, put them all together, I would give it about a 6.7, maybe 6.8, but I doubt it. I'm leaning more, honestly, I'm leaning more toward like a 6.7. So what's the one factor that dragged this song, kicking and screaming, out of the pretty goods into the really goods? You want a hint? I'll give you a hint. Hold on. Allow me to show you your hint. Yeah, here's your hint. Don't let the number of strings fool you. That is a bass, not a guitar. Yeah, the bass on this was nice. It was really nice. It was really good. I would not say it was impressive. What they did was actually very simple. The bass line, like I said, I already demonstrated it during the course of the action. My first time hearing this song, and I pegged out 2/3 of the bass line. Actually, if you really want to break it down, it was more like 3/4. There were 3 little melodic lines that came out of the roots. So the roots were simple. Roots are E, D, C, right? So E, D, C. Those are your roots, right? So what made this a little more impressive than just playing E, D, C? Well, for starters, bass player was playing a galloping pattern. That's for starters, okay? A nice rhythmic pattern, a nice gallop pattern. Now, off of that pattern, he added some counter melodic lines. There you go. I mean, look, it is not hard, okay? I would never say in a million years that riff and that entire melodic line is difficult. It's not. I used the wrong word. It's not melodic line, it's counter melodic line. It is not difficult by any stretch. But out of everything in the entire song, it was probably, in my opinion, the most impressive part of the entire song was the bass line. And as a bass player, I can absolutely appreciate that. I also thought it was unique that they introduced that counter melodic line before they even introduced the melodic line in the song. That was the first melodic line that we heard, and it wasn't even the main melodic line, it was the counter melodic line. So I thought that was really cool. I don't hear that very often. It's usually the melodic line that gets introduced first, and then you bring in the counter melodic line to add to it. But in this case, it started out counter melodic line and then entered the melodic line. So that was cool. It was a little different. Those two factors are what brought this out of the 6.8s and up into the 7.2s, if I'm being honest with you. That is the main contributing factor. Without those two things happening, this song would be down in the 6.8s. And depending on what the bass player were to do otherwise, it might even go lower. So now 7.2, I feel good with that score for the reasons I gave. So 7.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.